Snakeheads are a group of air-breathing freshwater fishes represented by two genera. The genus Channa includes species native to Asia, while the genus Parachanna includes species native to Africa. The two genera differ mainly in the morphology of the air-breathing suprabranchial organ. The name snakehead describes the anatomical features common to fishes in the family Channidae. These features include elongated cylindrical bodies and flattened heads. Many species also display large scales on their heads, akin to the large scales also present on the heads of snakes. So in this video, we're gonna tell you about snakehead fish invasion, reasons why authorities want them dead. The video is gonna be amazing, so make sure you stick till the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Snakeheads were documented in 2012 in the Rappahannock River system. They apparently colonized several creeks in the lower portion of the tidal Rappahannock below Port Royal. Via natural dispersal from the bay, they appear to be using freshets to ride less dense freshwater over saltwater during storms as a dispersal mechanism, but were also illegally introduced to Ruffin's Mill Pond south of Fredericksburg. In previous reports, snakehead fish species have been spotted in Georgia, and it has also spotted in 14 states in America. As the report of snakehead fish sightings started to spread in the states, wildlife officials urged the public to kill it once they find one. The physical appearances of this invasive fish may look terrifying, just like the monsters in sci-fi movies. It has long dorsal fins, large mouth, shiny teeth, and a spotted body. Although it looks scary, the appearance is not the reason why authorities want them dead. Some snakehead species are able to travel over land for short distances using wriggling motions. This behavior, however, has not been observed in adult northern snakeheads. There's little discussion in the scientific literature at this time regarding the specific impacts of the snakehead introduction on the ecology of the rivers of Virginia, Maryland, and other states where they've been captured. The most pressing concern for fisheries biologists is the impact that the snakehead's predatory nature will have on endangered and threatened species within the ecosystem. Because the fish preys upon a wide range of species, some biologists are concerned that there is significant dietary overlap between it and the largemouth bass, an important sport and game fish for much of the Potomac. However, further research into the magnitude of this impact is needed before any management decisions are finalized. Ecologists are concerned with the potential transmission of parasitic infections and diseases from the snakehead that could impact native fish populations. One disease that has received a large amount of attention is an epizootic ulcerative syndrome (EUS), which causes high mortality in snakeheads and other fishes it infects. Snakeheads have also been implicated as an intermediate host of parasitic nematode that causes gnatostomiasis. The disease is transmitted to humans through the consumption of raw or incompletely cooked infected flesh. The snakehead has the potential to preside over mass extinctions throughout the East Coast if it gets out from this pond, said Bob Bach of the North American Native Fishes Association soon after the fish was detected. The U.S. Interior Department proposed a nationwide import ban on live snakeheads, and Maryland wildlife officials insisted they had no choice earlier this month but to pump gallons of poison into the 9-acre pond where they were discovered. "We're not happy about it. We're gonna see a lot of dead fish," said Eric Schwab of the Maryland Department of Natural Resources before the eradication effort on September 3rd. Thousands of fish died, including the voracious snakeheads. The state will restock the pond with native fish in the spring. "We think at this point we've now captured the original breeding pair," Schwab said. But killing all the snakeheads in one pond and slapping a federal ban on importing the fish does not guarantee the threat is over. The day after the pond poisoning, one turned up in the Baltimore harbor. Officials think it was purposely released in the harbor, and snakeheads have been spotted in 6 states besides Maryland. At least 17,000 snakeheads have been imported live by Asian fish markets and pet stores since 1997. They are one of the ones that get large. They are known to get 100 centimeters plus, which amounts to over 3 feet, said Patrick Dunstan, owner of Absolutely Fish in Clifton, New Jersey. The proposed penalties for importing live snakeheads or their eggs include 6 months in prison and up to $10,000 in fines. But federal inspectors can't check every crate and every port, so some snakeheads will likely slip through. It's illegal to own a snakehead without a permit. In 2002, the Board of Wildlife Resources added the snakehead fish to the list of predatory and undesirable exotic species, making it illegal to possess a snakehead fish in Virginia without a permit issued by the Department of Wildlife Resources. Federal regulations enacted in October 2002 prohibited the importation of snakehead fish into the United States and prohibit interstate transport of these animals. Individuals who still own a live snakehead need to contact the Department of Wildlife Resources immediately for proper disposal of the fish. The import and sale of live, non-native organisms support the food, bait, aquaculture, sport fishing, and horticulture industries in the United States. Non-native organisms are species found living outside of their native range. Sometimes a small number of these organisms escape or are intentionally released from captivity, survive, and establish breeding populations. In recent years, populations of non-native species have become more common, and some are causes for ecological concern. Controlling and repairing the damage they cause can cost billions of dollars each year in the United States alone. This is due to lost crops, livestock, timber, fisheries, and other resources, as well as spreading and introducing diseases and causing damage to property. The northern snakehead, Channa argus, is a non-native species of concern for U.S. fisheries biologists, ecologists, and anglers alike. Under the Lacey Act, importation and transport of species determined to be injurious to human health, agriculture and horticulture or forestry, and wildlife resources are prohibited. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service oversees and updates the list of injurious species. Over 24 varieties of snakehead, including the northern, were added to the prohibited list in 2002, effectively stopping the import and sale of these fish in the United States. Controlling and repairing the damage from invasive species, including the snakehead and other aquatic pests like mitten crabs and zebra mussels, which arrive in the ballast of ships, cost the United States an estimated $10 billion a year. Still, federal officials admit as the invaders become established, they cannot always afford to stop them. There are people who question whether we should even be concerned about trying to prevent or control them and just embrace them, said Joe Starinchak, an invasive species specialist with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Therefore, embracing the snakehead is one of the strategies being considered because we don't have the manpower, he said. On the Crofton Pond in Maryland, ground zero for the snakehead invasion, a no-fishing sign and poison program are costly, but some say inevitable compromise. Biologists continue to sample snakehead colonized waters in an effort to learn more about the ecology and biology of this exotic fish in Virginia. Migration, exploitation, food habits, growth, and behavior of northern snakeheads are being studied, and attempts are being made to determine what impacts, if any, are occurring to aquatic communities as a result of colonization. The department has membership in the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service's National Snakehead Control and Management Plan (SCMP) work group. This group assembled and submitted recommendations to the U.S. Congress. One may also ask, can you buy snakehead fish? In some places, yes, snakehead fish can still be kept as pets, but under several constraints. Specifically, importation and interstate transport of live snakeheads are prohibited. Many states prohibit possession of snakeheads, and several of those states have done so for decades. How did the snakehead fish get to the United States? It's believed that the northern snakehead fish entered the United States when aquarium owners discarded their unwanted exotic captive species into local waterways. Northern snakehead fish can spread by swimming underwater and are also capable of breathing out of the water to move short distances on land. Can a snakehead fish kill a human? Most snakehead fish will avoid contact with humans. One species, the giant snakehead, Channa micropellets, native to southeastern Asia, has been reported to be aggressive towards humans who got too close to their nest. Other snakeheads are not as aggressive towards humans. Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we'll be back soon with another video.